name's Tessa. I cannot go to school today, said little Peggy Ann McKay. I have the measles and the mumps, a gash, a rash, and purple bumps. My mouth is wet, my throat is dry, I'm going blind in my right eye. That's a poem from Shel Silverstein. It was one of my favorites growing up, and like some of you, I'm sure you can relate. But I got sick a lot, and my parents didn't always believe me, or my coaches, or whoever, when I got sick. I got mono my freshman year of high school, and we were like in the middle of a track workout, and I'm like, I can't finish it. Like, I don't feel good, I can't do it. And he's like, come on, like, you're just tired, you're out of shape. I'm like, I'm not out of shape, it's the middle of season, like, I can't finish it. And so I went to the doctor, I had mono, I've had pneumonia, and my senior year of high school, I have a tendency to like bite my lip, and it's not like hard or anything, it's just like a nervous little, like, you just like bite your lip. I'm sure most of you like have your own thing too. And so I bit my lip, and I like peeled off a little piece of skin, and there was like a little bump there. Nothing of it, I was like, it'll go away, it's just irritated right now. Well, the next day, I didn't feel very well. I felt like I had a fever, my throat was getting like scratchy, and I called my dad. My dad's living in Arizona at this point, and I'm staying at my mom's, and she works, we live like 45 minutes away from where I'm going to high school, and so my dad's in Arizona, my mom's at work, I'm 18, I can watch myself, so it's not really a big deal, but I'm like, Dad, I don't feel well, and he's like, you never feel well, like, you just have a cold, like, go to school, you're fine. I'm like, okay. So I go to school, I get home, the next day, I really don't feel well. I have a fever of 102. My throat is like completely like swelled up. I can't eat anything, I can barely swallow water. I call my dad again, I'm like, Dad, I'm dying. Like, that's it, I'm dying. And he's like, oh my God, he's like, you exaggerate beyond belief, like it's crazy. And I'm like, okay, but this time I'm serious, like it's done. And he's like, okay, go to the emergency room. I'm like, I don't know if I can drive myself, like, I really feel that bad. So I get up, I drive myself to the emergency room, and I'm like letting my mind go to like the worst place. I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with me at this point. And I wait for the doctor, he comes back, he's like, okay, you have staph infection and strep throat at the same time. I'm like, cool, okay. It's senior year, I have 2 weeks until I graduate, and I have staph infection. And it was on my lip, that's what, like, the cut on my lip turned into staph infection. So I have this like giant wound on my lip, it's disgusting. That's why I have pictures up here of graduation instead of my lip, because I don't want you guys to see that. And so I get put on antibiotics for that, and I have to finish the whole thing of pills before I go back to school. And at this point, the infection has spread to my gums. And so my gums are inflamed, bleeding, like it's hard, like my teeth are sore, and I'm like getting scared. I'm like, I'm gonna lose all my teeth. On top of that, I'm dying. So it's not a good day for me. And then so I had to go to an oral specialist. My gums were bleeding. I didn't know what was wrong. And he basically just told me infection spread to my gums, gave me an antibiotic mouthwash. Couple days I was fine, but over the 5-day period I had lost 10 pounds because I couldn't eat, couldn't really do anything. On the brave side, I caught up on a lot of Criminal Minds and Scandal, so that was good. But I go back to high school with like 3 days left until school is out, and I'm behind on a lot. Luckily my teachers helped me catch up, and I was okay. I graduated on time. I stayed alive. The wound on my lip healed up. I didn't look disgusting. And so 3 doctors later, and convincing my parents that I was actually sick again, it was a struggle. But at the end of the day, you're the one who knows your body best, and you can't really take people's like doubts and everything coming at you and, I mean, put your health at risk. Because I mean, the infection would have kept getting worse, and it's not exactly healthy to lose that much weight in a week's time. So I made it back to school, graduated. There's pictures of graduation, and now my parents parents tend to believe me when I tell them something's wrong with me.